here's what's happened in the news while we were gone. Tired of feckless leaders, Democrats are already circling a frontrunner for 2028.
Luigi Mangione.
The Trump administration told us exactly who's to blame for all these plane crashes.
Black people!
Probably a bad sign when you're saying this in a job interview.
It wasn't pedophilia.
A woman realized her buzzer just went off at the Cheesecake Factory. On Amber's team tonight, he's an attorney, legal expert, and he used to be related to one of Trump's biggest allies. That's right, he used to be married to Roy Cohn. It's George Conway. And joining Michael, he's an actor, comedian, and fellow Celebrity Jeopardy winner. You might recognize him from when he absolutely dish-ragged Wolf Blitzer. It's Andy Richter. How you doing? Amber, good to see you again. Season 2. Michael, good to see you.
Roy, it is so good to see you. Amber, it is so good.
No.
I was told this is how we say hello.
No. Now for the biggest stories of the week. Amber and George, I'm going to show you a clip referencing a major news story from the past week, and you tell me what's the story. Here we go.
Okay, we got a dog. The White House, of course.
No, Capitol.
Okay, so
Layoff
then,
notice, somebody's getting fired. That's one of Elon's kids, right?
and then there's Elon, so you were right.
Doge.
Oh,
Very,
Elon,
very
Doge,
tricky.
firing people, hiring children, final answer.
Yeah.
Partial points, that's good enough. I'll give you a little bit of that. The story is Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, Elon's made-up cabinet department / influencer hype house that was named after a 13-year-old meme and staffed by boys roughly the same age. Now, who is Doge? What is Doge doing? And what are Democrats doing about Doge? Or in other words,
what's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
that's me at McDonald's after they cut off breakfast at 10:30. Yes, Maxine Waters wanted to know what Doge was doing at the Department of Education because all month the Musketeers have had access to sensitive data from all sorts of federal agencies. They've given them access to everything. They got access to everything but our Walgreens reward number.
Well, he's going to stop waste. Like the way that wolves make sure that the chicken inventory is good.
Yes.
Your social security number and your tax, it's not going to get hacked like the way Doge's website got hacked today. Did you see that?
Well, apparently it wasn't even hacked. That's literally how his coders left it.
Yeah, they left the door wide open.
His boy genius coders left it just available for anybody to just get in there, and you can see sensitive information about the National Reconnaissance Office.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
But today they got into the Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
It's probably fine.
Oh, yes.
If you're wondering what's coming next, in the coming days, Doge will also be giving access to sensitive data at the Pentagon and the Department of Defense. What gives Elon Musk the license to just sniff around federal finances?
He doesn't have it. He's doing it anyway.
One reason, just this week, Elon's social media company agreed to pay Donald Trump $10 million as a settlement for banning his account after the January 6th insurrection. Bonus points. How much did Meta pay Trump to say sorry for doing the exact same thing to his Facebook page?
25 million or something.
25 million over here. How much do y'all think?
It's like mafia guys. You know, they own whole industries, but they still can't resist selling stuff out of the trunk of their car. You know?
The answer is $25 million. The concern with Elon's involvement in all of these politics right now is that he was not elected. The White House called Elon a, quote, special government employee and called Doge itself a temporary organization. Elon is just gonna come in and clean up the White House. What's the Japanese lady that come clean up all of...
Marie Kondo.
Yeah, he is the government Marie Kondo.
The Department of Education does not spark joy.
What other title did Elon Musk take on this week?
Chancellor?
The man with his hand on the wheel of the burning Cybertruck named America changed his Twitter screen name to Harry Balls this week. These raunchy screen names could be a bigger part of Doge's strategy. When someone tweeted a Doge team member's name. Elon replied, "You have committed a crime." But there's one breakout star from old Harry Balls' team. Does anyone know who this young man is?
Well,
He's Big Balls.
That's Big Balls.
Big Balls. Everybody knows who Big Balls is.
Do you know his real name?
I bet it's Chad or Trey.
That is 19-year-old Edward Korstein, better known as...
Big Balls.
Big balls, big balls, big balls.
You know Rachel Maddow didn't want to say that shit.
Korstein's a former bicycle mechanic and counselor at something called Camp Playland, and the only reason we know any of that is because of his now deleted LinkedIn page, where his username was also, you guessed it, Big Balls. Can anyone tell me Big Balls' current job title?
I believe he is a senior advisor at the State Department.
Big Balls is now a senior advisor to both the State Department and the Department of Homeland Security. Just to be clear, this guy is a senior advisor. He looked like the Secretary of Vape. Where your pants at, Balls? Now, it's not just Democrats who are scrambling to address the balls in the room. It was Father Charles Korstein. Do you know what he had to do this week?
It better not be something bad. Roy, I don't know how much more of this I can do.
This is the first episode of the second season. You know how much bad shit we got to get through?
Oh, my God.
Isn't Big Balls Senior, isn't there some popcorn business and he had to, disavow his son because it was hurting his popcorn business?
Big Balls' daddy is the CEO of Lesser Evil Snacks, who make the fancy Himalayan.
How the fuck?
Yeah, Big Balls' daddy, with that dude on the bag whose race you can't guess. This week, the company sent all employees an email that read in part, quote, "In light of recent events, we feel compelled to reaffirm that Lesser Evil is in no way affiliated with any political figures, political policies, or political groups. Our values remain the same as they've always been: health, sustainability, and affordability. Sincerely, Papa Balls." This is the biggest popcorn scandal since Ove Redenbacher was found dead in his jacuzzi by his building super. I'm the only one remember how Ove Redenbacher died?
I'm just being quiet because I had something to do with it.
Now, but surely, all this sloppy management of federal data is too outrageous for the Democratic Party to tolerate. What is the Democratic Party's plan to stop the steal of the government?
Oh, absolutely nothing.
The answer is the Stop the Steal bill. You don't see what the Democrats did? They took a slogan that the Republicans be using.
Very tricky.
But then they used it boom, we're gonna use it for a Democrat bill, then we're gonna hit them with the lock her up bill. Now, the bill was introduced by Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, and it might be a little bit more exciting if Congressman Jeffries had to said this.
What leverage do we have?
That's not how you're supposed to get people hype. You propose the bill, and then you go, all right, we got the bill, and we're gonna get the bill, and we're gonna go across the aisle and talk to the people. He was like, hey, y'all know what it is. We fucked. All right, Michael and Andy, watch the clip. Tell me what's the story.
Cabinets? Oh, cabinets. I already know.
Cabinets.
Oh, but now I'm lost. A worm?
that's a
a
worm.
brainworm. That's probably a brainworm.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
There's everybody fleeing the Department of Education. Yes.
Yep. No school ever.
And there is our president. So this seems to be the story about the cabinet and the cabinet picks, the brainworm, the Department of Education, and the fact that Trump is just having his way with utterly unqualified people to come in and do whatever they want.
Absolutely.
There are shitty, horrible people going to be running from the White House.
Give him a chance, Andy.
Points for both of you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hooray! It's all on fire.
The story is President Trump's unconfirmable crew of cabinet nominees getting confirmed by the Senate. On Wednesday, Tulsi Gabbard was confirmed as Director of National Intelligence. Question, what makes Tulsi Gabbard uniquely unqualified to coordinate the intelligence community and prevent another 9/11?
Is it that she's been credibly accused of being a Russian asset?
Intelligence experts said that the new head of U.S. intelligence, quote, lacked experience in the field, embraced Russian conspiracy theories, and showed sympathy for dictators like Vladimir Putin and Assad. She does have that cool witch hair, though. You gotta give her that. She looked like one of them sexy professors at Hogwarts. So the Senate confirmed Gabbard by a vote of 52 to 48, with one Republican senator voting no. Who was the lone dissenter?
It was Mitch McConnell, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Sure was.
Is it me or is Mitch McConnell voting different since he fell up them stairs?
He decided to stop smoking in bed when the house is already burnt down. Like, it's too late now, Mitch.
Wait, did you say bitch or Mitch?
Both were.
I have a cold, so it could be either.
Shortly after Tulsi was sworn in, Trump made a significant geopolitical announcement. After a phone call with Vladimir Putin, Trump shocked Europe with an avalanche of concessions to Russia over Ukraine, and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth made it clear that Ukraine will not join NATO, and Ukraine can forget about regaining Crimea. This could get bad. At some point, they're gonna try and lock up Zelensky.
Yeah.
Now, the comedy shows in that gulag gonna be off the chain. This week, the Associated Press was banned from the Oval Office press pool for not acknowledging a recent Trump-mandated name change. What was the name change?
Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of Big Balls.
Now, this week, House Republicans submitted a bill that would enable Trump to change another name.
Oh, boy.
What name was it?
Oh, this was actually submitted by my congressman. I am a proud resident of Savannah, Georgia, and my congressman, Earl Buddy, I don't know his last name. He proposed a congressional bill to rename Greenland as Red, White, and Blue Land.
The GOP bill would let Trump change the name of Greenland to Red, White, and Blue Land.
Are we allowed to name other countries? Is that a thing we're allowed to do now?
Yeah, I want to call France Kenny.
Freshly confirmed Attorney General Pam Bondi's DOJ is already making fresh moves, including ordering federal prosecutors in New York to drop corruption charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Give him a chance. He's only been in office 3 years. Why does this whole Eric Adams debacle, why does it seem like quid pro quo?
Because it is?
Yeah.
The acting U.S. attorney, who was a Republican, a former Scalia clerk, resigned in protest at being told to drop the indictment against Adams. And she basically said that in the meeting, she was told essentially by the Deputy Attorney General that we need Adams to carry out our immigration policy, and that's why we want to let him go.
It's said that Mayor Adams has agreed to make major concessions with Trump's border czar. Here's the two of them laughing about the quids and the quos.
If he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City, and we won't be sitting on the couch. I'll be in his office, up his butt, saying, where the hell is the agreement we came to?
Yeah,
Look at the way he's laughing, the most nervous laughter.
Look, I don't know lawyer words, George. The charges are set up, well, like, all right, we ain't gonna see you to jail right now, but if you don't do what we say do, boy, we're gonna bring them charges back on your ass.
There's a word for that, extortion.
I just thought it was called the hookup, but okay. On Thursday, the Senate confirmed RFK Jr. as head of Health and Human Services. What in RFK Jr.'s confirmation hearing made it crystal clear that RFK Jr. should not be in charge of our nation's public health agencies.
Every word out of his mouth, you know.
He said a lot of crazy stuff at that confirmation hearing. Here's just two of my favorite things he said.
Show me a single statement I've made about science that is erroneous.
Did you say Lyme disease is a highly likely militarily engineered bioweapon?
I probably did say that.
Every Republican senator voted yes, except for one. Who was the one who said, RFK Jr., you can't be in charge of the health and
Did
shit?
the guy who didn't want RFK to be in charge of our American health system, is that the same guy who had polio as a child?
It was polio survivor Mitch McConnell. Hashtag resisting once again. That's all right, Mitch McConnell. Take a step. Somebody get Mitch McConnell a pussy hat so when he fall again, it'll be soft. It'll be soft, man. I like old Mitch, man. He turning the corner. Is it just me, or is Mitch McConnell voting different since that reboot that one time? He was having a reckoning with himself.
So he also racked up a bill. So,
yes.
you know.
He's still going to hell.
Yeah.
Just have fun with him a little bit. But all hope is not lost. How are the Democrats fighting back?
Amber had it right before. They're not doing anything. Is that right?
Is it? Say it's not, Roy.
They're doing something.
Oh, okay, great. It's going to be effective. Everybody, put your feet up. This is going to be great. Hey, bud, what are they doing?
Here's Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
We will win. We will win. We will win.
I feel better already.
We'll be right back.